Hello, I'm a cultural heritage commentator from YCC. I would like to introduce the cultural heritage of my area. The heritage I will introduce to you is Samjeondobi, which was chosen as a state-designated cultural asset in 1963. Samjeondobi is not a proud cultural heritage. However, I chose it because I thought that we needed to know about our cultural heritage properly in order not to make the same mistakes through our experiences from the past. First of all, I will introduce the location and the way to get there. Samjeondobi is located in Songpa-gu, southeast of Seoul. In Songpa-gu, there are many historical sites besides Samjeondobi. Songpa-gu was once the capital of Baekje, so it has many cultural heritages of the country. There are the fortresses of Pungnap-dong, Mongchon-toseong, Seokchon-dong ancient tombs, and Banggi-dong ancient tombs. Samjeondobi is a cultural heritage of the Joseon dynasty. It is next to Seokchon Lake, one of the most famous places in Songpa-gu. If you're going to use public transportation, get off at Jamsil Station on Line 2. Use exit 3 and go straight for about 7 minutes to Seokchon Lake. I'll show you how exit 3 looks like. If you come out of exit 3 of the subway, you will see the statue of Lotte, the mascot of the amusement park Lotte World, which is connected to Jamsil Station in front. There is a multiplex which is run by Lotte in Jamsil. You can see Hotel Lotte's Jamsil branch on the right. On the left, you can see the Lotte World Tower, which has 123 floors, a landmark of Jamsil. Lotte World Tower has an observatory, so you can enjoy the beautiful scene of Seoul. Once you leave the subway station, you should now go straight in the direction of the statue of Lotte and keep moving. If you cross the crosswalk, you will arrive at Seokchon Lake. If you move a little further, you will see a milestone. It says that there is Samjeondobi on the right. If you go down the right road, you will see Samjeondobi. There's also a notice board about Samjeondobi. Before I introduce about Samjeondobi, let's talk about the historical background of Joseon and the Manchu invasion of Korea. In the early 17th century, the Ming Dynasty sent 50,000 soldiers to help Korea during the Japanese invasion in 1592. This weakened their power, and the Peasant Revolution broke out, leading to the collapse of the country. Also, Nuruhachi unified the Yeojin people and established Hugum. At that time, the king of Korea was Gwanghae-gun, the 15th king of the Joseon dynasty. Gwanghae-gun was able to prevent Hugum's invasion by implementing a neutral foreign policy practically. This picture shows the tomb of Gwanghae-gun in Namyangju. When Gwanghae-gun deprived his mother of her honor and killed his brother, Seoin, the opposition of Gwanghae-gun, rose up to expel him and raised Injo to the throne. The photo shows a pavilion named Saegeomjeong. This is where the leaders of King Injo discussed the issue of the abolition of Gwanghae-gun and washed their knives. King Injo, the 16th king of the Joseon dynasty, avoided the neutral policy of Gwanghae-gun, ostracized gold, and kept good relationships with Ming dynasty. Hugum, who disapproved this, demanded brotherly relations from Joseon and caused a disturbance in 1627. Injo had a brotherhood relationship with Hugum during this war. The picture shows the garden of Injo and Queen Inyer. Later, Hugum forced Joseon to change its national name to Cheong and demanded Joseon to change their relationships to the ruler and the ruled. The Joseon dynasty did not accept this request from Hugum because of the strong political forces that were at odds with Qing. Qing invades Joseon in this war, which lasted for 2 months from December 1636 to January 1637, is called the Manchu invasion of Korea. Due to the powerful Qing army, Hanyang, the capital of Joseon, was destroyed in an instant. The royal family of Joseon fled to Gangwon-do Island, and King Injo also tried to escape to Gangwon-do Island. But the road to Namangsanseong Fortress was blocked by the Qing dynasty. There was only food in Namangsanseong Fortress for about 50 days. Also, the soldiers of the Qing dynasty captured the royal families who had taken refuge in Gangwon Island and urged Joseon to surrender. As the situation worsened, Joseon decided to surrender. The Qing dynasty demanded the king himself should come out of the castle and surrender. King Injo came down to Samjeondobi and surrendered to the King Taejong of Qing. This concluded the 40-day battle at Namangsanseong Fortress. The picture shows Namangsanseong Fortress. Now let's take a closer look at Samjeondobi. After the fall of Namangsanseong Fortress, King Injo kneeled down in front of King Taejong of Qing in January 30, 1637. King Injo bowed to King Taejong 3 times and put his head hard on the ground 9 times so that King Taejong could hear the sound of him banging his head. In return for the surrender, many of the officials and princes were taken hostage and paid huge reparations. In addition, a monument was erected to commemorate the deeds of the Qing Emperor. Joseon, which was defeated in the Manchu invasion of Korea, signed a humiliating peace treaty with Qing, and at the request of Qing, a monument inscribed with the meritorious deeds of King Taejong was erected, which is the Samjeondobi. The monument, which was erected in 1639 in the 17th year of King Injo's reign, is 3.95 meters high and 1.4 meters wide. It is titled 대청 황제 공덕비. The inscription was composed by Lee Kyung-seok, written by Oh Jun, and the title was written by Yeo Yi-jing. The contents of the tombstone were recorded in a glorified manner from the perspective of the Qing dynasty, which was about the invasion by the Qing dynasty in 1636 and Joseon's surrender to the Qing dynasty. Mongolian letters are written on the left side of the monument, Manchurian letters on the right, and Chinese characters on the back. This stele is the only one that contains the same 3 characters, Mongolian, Manchurian, and Chinese characters, which is an important source of research on the languages of the 3 countries in the 17th century. Samjeondobi was originally erected near the ferry along the Han River, but it was relocated several times due to its disgraceful historical background. In the 1980s, it was installed in a residential park in Seokcheon-dong and was relocated to the current location. Once you finish watching Samjeondobi, you can come down to the side and enjoy the scene of Seokcheon Lake. Seokcheon Lake is a famous place in Songpa-gu, and it has different looks in every 4 seasons. Especially in the spring, many people come to see cherry blossoms. I don't think it's right to just hide degrading histories. I learned that we can improve when we admit our mistakes and try to improve them. These heritages can help acknowledge diplomatic mistakes at the national level, analyze what causes them, and reflect them in the future foreign policy decisions. If you ever visit Jamsil, try visiting Samjeondobi to learn a lesson from our history. Thank you for watching this video.